He stared at the chart. Candlesticks danced like ghosts. The market had fallen. Again. He had followed his rules, set his stops, trusted the system. But still, he lost, not just money, but confidence. "Is it me?" he whispered into the silence. "Or is the market really this cruel? What if I told you that the most dangerous force in trading isn't volatility, it's your own mind? What if success wasn't about beating the market, but about mastering yourself?" Welcome to the world of Richard Dennis, the man who turned $400 into $200 million. He didn't just trade with charts. He traded with psychological armor, and today I'll reveal 10 life-altering psychological lessons he lived and taught, each told through stories you'll never forget. Introduction: the man behind the lessons, Richard Dennis, was no ordinary trader. In the 1970s, he borrowed $1,600, used $400 to trade, and became a multimillionaire by age 26. But his real genius wasn't just numbers, it was mental mastery. He once ran an experiment called the Turtle Traders, where he trained complete beginners. Within weeks, they were making money, not because of luck, but because Dennis taught them how to think, how to feel, and how to control their trading mind. These are his most powerful insights, still saving traders from financial destruction today. Core Summary 10. Psychological lessons with real-life examples. Lesson 1. Your emotions will betray you. Story. Sarah, a disciplined trader, spotted a strong breakout pattern. She had planned to let the trade run with a 20% profit target, but once the trade was live, fear crept in. She closed it early with a tiny profit. Minutes later, the stock soared exactly where she expected. She was right, but let emotion override execution. Dennis says, emotions have no place in trading. Discipline does. Most traders don't fail because they're wrong. They fail because they panic when they're right. Lesson 2. Systems don't fail. People do. Story. 2 traders use the same algorithm. John follows every rule and stays consistent. Mike tweaks it based on gut feeling. Over 6 months, John earned steadily. Mike blows his account. Dennis proved this with his turtle traders. He gave them identical systems. Some flourished, others failed. Why? Because it wasn't about the system. It was about the person behind it. Lesson 3. The best traders are rule followers. Story. Tom had a clear trading plan. One day, a trade looked too good. He skipped the stop loss. The market reversed. He lost 3 months of gains in 3 hours. Dennis says, your edge isn't in guessing. It's in consistently applying rules, especially when tempted not to. Rules aren't restrictions. They're shields against your own ego. Lesson 4. Losses are lessons. If you let them be. Story. Emily lost $5,000 on a trade. Devastated, she almost quit. But she journaled it, reviewed her entries, timing, and psychology. That one loss taught her more than 10 wins. Dennis believed losing is inevitable. But every loss can be tuition, if you treat it that way. Losses don't make you weak. Denying them does. Lesson 5. Patience is the ultimate weapon. Story. A newbie saw a breakout forming and jumped in early. It failed. The pro trader next to him waited, let the breakout confirm, and entered late but safely. He made 10x more. Dennis taught patience isn't passive, it's strategic restraint. The best traders sometimes do nothing, because waiting is a position. Lesson 6. The market doesn't care about you. Story. Jake cried after losing $20K in a flash crash. The next morning, the market opened again. Business as usual. No sympathy, no warning. Dennis says, the market isn't fair or cruel. It just is. It's not personal. It's not emotional. And it doesn't care about your feelings. That truth is cold, but freeing. Lesson 7. Greed is a silent killer story. Linda was up 40%. Her plan said exit. But greed whispered, just a little more. She stayed. The market reversed. She left with nothing. Dennis warned, the desire for more destroys what you already have. Greed often arrives dressed as ambition, but real ambition is knowing when to walk away. Lesson 8. Belief must be stronger than doubt story. Alex lost 4 trades in a row. He started doubting his system, stopped following it. Missed the 5th, which would have paid for all 4 losses. His faith broke at the worst time. Dennis taught, belief in your edge is what makes your edge real. You must survive. The storm before the sun comes out. Lesson 9. Think in probabilities, not certainties. Story. 2 traders saw the same setup. One said, this trade has to win. The other said, there's a 60% chance this will work. When it failed, the first was devastated. The second, unmoved and ready for the next. Dennis trained traders to think like a casino. They don't win every hand. They win over time. Probability is your armor. Certainty is your weakness. Lesson 10. The enemy within must be. Tamed story. It wasn't the market that ruined Mark. It was his ego. He hated being wrong. Doubled down to prove himself. He didn't lose to the trade. He lost to his pride. Dennis said, before you conquer the market, you must conquer your own reflection. 4. Final takeaway, Richard. Dennis didn't make his fortune by outsmarting the market. He made it by outsmarting himself. These 10 psychological lessons are not just about money. They're about discipline, self-awareness, mastery. Whether you trade stocks, build a business, or battle your own self-doubt, your greatest trade will always be the one where you finally master your mind. Which of these 10 lessons struck you the hardest? And how will you apply it in your own life, not just trading?